Hi, good morning. So I am on day 3 of my water fast, and I wanted to say a couple of things. First of all, I'm feeling really weak. I don't feel hungry still, but I feel just like really weak, and especially a couple of times when I got up this morning, I felt really dizzy and felt like not that I was going to pass out, but I just felt dizzy where like I was lightheaded and needed to catch myself to make sure that nothing bad was going to happen. So that's interesting. Another thing that I wanted to mention um, is that I got my blood work back yesterday. And this was blood work that I took before I started my fast. And pretty much everything was normal. We did like a very comprehensive profile of things in my blood, and it came back with my uric acid as pretty high. And I looked into it, and it's basically if people eat large amounts of alcohol or meat or things, it can be like bad. Uh, but I don't have any of those. And it can actually also be part of tumor lysis syndrome, which is where, like, if you have cancer and the cancer cells are breaking down and flooding into your body, um, then that can cause high levels of uric acid, which means basically you need to do a lot to flush it out. Like, even though it might sound good, like, there's a part of me that's like, oh, that's great because that means my tumor is breaking down and they're all going into my blood. But if my kidneys in my body can't process the waste of that appropriately, then the uric acid might be building up in my system. So, something for me to think about. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I'm pretty smart, and I'm probably more of an expert in my body than most doctors, and maybe even smarter than a lot of doctors too. So, um, we'll just keep an eye on that and see how it goes, but it is curious. Another thing that happened this morning was because I was feeling so weak and debilitated, I started drinking some seltzer water, like sparkling mineral water. So it's different than seltzer water, but it's mineral water. That's sparkling mineral water. And that was really wonderful. Although, ever since I got in the hyperbaric chamber yesterday, I kind of felt something weird with my nasal passages, and I actually felt like maybe I've had some like mucus coming out of my nasal passages. And so I put just a smidge of dry nose oil, like up at the tips of my nose. And oh god, it's like overwhelming. Like, because I haven't eaten in 3 days, it's like, oh, I just feel like, oh, like I can feel it all in my throat, because I'm sure like a little bit of it went down into my nasal passages, but it's just like, it's so overwhelming. I now understand why they tell people not to like bring any perfumes or scented soaps or anything like that, because it's just, ugh. Which is very interesting for me. And I feel angry too because I wasn't done my seltzer water when I did that, because I wasn't expecting it to have any side effect, my nose oil. But now I don't want to drink my seltzer water because I don't want to ruin the experience. Yeah. So I also got my cancer markers back yesterday, and that was interesting as well. And I'm hoping that when we redo my blood work at the end of the water fast, that those will have gone down some, or maybe just shown some difference of any kind that lets us know what's happening with my love bug inside my breast. So that's where I'm at today. I'm feeling a little bit better and less dizzy. I'm actually about to go get IV treatment, and I'm going to do high dose. I'm pretty sure that it's sort of like what's called a Myers cocktail, but I'm actually going to do high dose vitamin C with it, as well as vitamin B17. So I'm hoping to feel really good after that. I decided to do that after talking with some people, and I'm really here to heal as much as possible, and especially with this uric acid situation, I think that possibly getting some IVs can not only add some more fluids to my body, to help my kidneys out, but adding the additional vitamins and minerals might also be able to help flush out some of the uric acid in my system, as well as just support my immune system. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do the IV treatment. You know, it's a little bit of a a waiver from Jesus or Moses in the desert. See what I'm saying? Like it's like I got. I don't know. I don't know if it's just because I put the oil down in there or whatever. It's like I'm clearing all this stuff out. It's really interesting. So either way, thanks so much for being here and checking in on me. Root for me, day 3. Thanks.